NHL Bizarre Records. In the vibrant tapestry of the NHL, names like Wayne Gretzky and teams like the Montreal Canadiens shimmer, etching enduring legacies into the chronicles of the sport. But there's more to the NHL than the big names and milestones. There are some pretty strange records that make you scratch your head and wonder, how did that happen? So, what are these weird records hidden in the history of the NHL? Let's get into it and uncover some greatness. 7. Shjon Podein. Former NHL player Shjon Podein is best known for a unique record off the ice rather than on it. After his team, the Colorado Avalanche, won the Stanley Cup in 2001, Podein wore his full hockey gear, including his skates, for 25 consecutive hours at the post-game celebration. This is a unique record that is often brought up in hockey circles when discussing unusual and memorable moments in the sport. When he was asked about it, he said it was a dare that he had been asked to do after they had won the Stanley Cup. Shjon even wore the gear even on the bed. He says it was 20% funny and 80% dumb, which we can all agree on. 6. Ron Hextall. Ron Hextall has had quite a career. Not only was he the first goaltender in history to score a goal against the Bruins in the 1987-88 season, but he also had a handful of other remarkable achievements that will forever be etched in the record books. Ron Hextall holds the unique distinction of being the first goalie to score a goal by intentionally shooting the puck. While it's true that Billy Smith in 1979 was credited as the first goalie to score a goal against Colorado Rockies, his achievement came due to an opponent's misdirected own goal. As such, he did not actually take a shot, but was merely the last Islander to touch the puck before it ended up in the opposing net. Notably, Hextall's contributions go beyond his singular achievement. He also made history as the first goalie to score a goal in a playoff game against Washington Capitals in following season. Through his extraordinary puck handling skills, Hextall revolutionized the way the goalie position is played, leaving an indelible mark on the spot. Earlier in his goal, Ron Hextall was recognized as the goaltender with the most points, although he has since slipped in the 8th position with a respectable 33 points. The current leader in this category is Tom Brasso, who has amassed an impressive 48 points. However, scoring is not the only facet of Hextall's unique legacy. Known as one of the most aggressive goalies in the history of the NHL, Hextall holds the record for the most penalty minutes in a single season, a staggering 113. He further accumulated a remarkable 569 penalty minutes throughout his career, placing him at the top in his less than traditional goaltender category. Hextall's charisma and flair, characterized by his offensive prowess and never back down attitude towards the rougher aspects of the game, has solidified his reputation as one of the most entertaining goalies the NHL has ever seen. His blend of skills, aggression, and grit make him an undeniable selection for this video. 5. Mike Silinger. Mike Silinger, a well-traveled NHL player, amassed an impressive 548 points in 1,049 games from 1990 to 2009. What truly sets Silinger apart is his extraordinary journey throughout the league, a record unmatched by any other player. Throughout his career, he proudly represented an astonishing 12 different teams. Silinger began his NHL career in Detroit before continuing to play for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, Vancouver Canucks, Philadelphia Flyers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Panthers, Ottawa Senators, Columbus Blue Jackets, Phoenix Coyotes, St. Louis Blues, Nashville Predators, and New York Islanders. In a league known for loyalty and team camaraderie, Silinger's remarkable journey as a player truly distinguishes him from his peers. 4. Ken Doraty. When the topic of overtime goals arises, one often envisions the overwhelming joy of profound disappointment that comes with a single strike determining victory or defeat for a team. It's aptly named sudden death for a reason. However, back in 1934, there was no concept of sudden death. Regardless of the number of goals scored, overtime lasted for a fixed 10 minutes. This is where Ken Doraty of the Toronto Maple Leafs etched his name in history on January 16, 1934. He accomplished a remarkable feat by scoring a hat trick against the Ottawa Senators in overtime, propelling the Leafs to a thrilling 7-4 victory. Due to the current sudden death regulations, Doraty's record is unbreakable. Adding to the list of remarkable achievements, Ken Doraty carved out a significant milestone on April 3, 1933. During the fifth game of the Stanley Cup semifinals against the Boston Bruins, he scored at 4 minutes and 46 seconds into the sixth overtime period, delivering a 1-0 triumph for Toronto. This goal marked the conclusion of what was the first longest game in NHL history, an exhausting match that extended for an incredible 164 minutes and 46 seconds in overtime. This record stood tall until it was surpassed 3 years later on March 24, 1936. That's when the Detroit Red Wings' Mud Brunito scored against Montreal Maroons, a goal at the 176-minute 3-second mark, creating the new longest game in NHL history. 3. Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals' first season in 1974-75 was historically poor, earning them a reputation as one of the worst teams in NHL history. With a mere 21 points, they set a record for the fewest in a single season, reminiscent of the 1992-93 Senators, another struggling expansion team. With 8 wins against 67 losses, their talent scouting was the worst ever. Post this disastrous season, the team's performance was so poor that some considered the expansion a blunder. Ending up last in the Norris Division, the Capitals were a staggering 37 points behind the Detroit Red Wings, the second lowest team. Their reputation as potentially the worst team in NHL history was solidified. Their first head coach, Jim Anderson, famously said, "I'd rather find out my wife was cheating on me than keep losing like this. At least I could tell my wife to stop." Late in the season, Schmidt had to take over coaching responsibilities. Their misfortunes continued into the 1975-76 season, where the Capitals went 25 games without a win and conceded 394 goals, leading to another woeful record of 11-59-10, 32 points. And which team do you think had the worst season in NHL history? Would you point to the Seattle Metropolitans in 1920, the San Jose Sharks in 1993, or perhaps another team? Please let us know in the comments section. 2. Boston Bruins. In the 2009-2010 season, the Bruins set an NHL record by scoring 3 shorthanded goals on the same penalty kill against the Carolina Hurricanes in 64 seconds. Daniel Paille, Blake Wheeler, and Steve Bajan contributed to the penalty kill, establishing a remarkable record that will never be surpassed. Before entering the box, Matt Hunwick encouraged his teammates, "Hey boys, kill this one for me." And the Bruins accomplished just that. Hunwick said after the game, "You never want the penalties, but wow." After the game, Bajan joked, "I heard you're going to put us on the power play now." The Boston Bruins' recent record is very astonishing and odd. 1. Bill Mosienko. How fast could you score a hat trick? 1 minute? 2 minutes? In the concluding match of a season that had failed to meet expectations for the Chicago Blackhawks, something extraordinary occurred on March 23, 1952. Bill scored at 6 minutes 9 seconds, 6 minutes 20 seconds, and 6 minutes 30 seconds against New York Rangers goalie Lorne Anderson. He almost added the 4th goal off the next faceoff and hit the goalpost. This memorable event unfolded at Madison Square Garden, one of the most revered sports arenas worldwide. The protagonist of this extraordinary episode was none other than Bill Mosienko, who accomplished an astonishing feat that left an indelible mark on the annals of the National Hockey League. Upon witnessing this unprecedented achievement, the audience in traditional fashion couldn't contain their jubilation. The crowd erupted into an explosive roar of cheers, celebrating Mosienko's awe-inspiring performance. And we are not done. Here's a bonus for you. A look at one of the greatest to ever guard the net, often referred to as the Wall. Given the clue, you've likely already figured out who we're about to feature next. Yes, you're correct. It's the legendary Patrick Roy. Uniquely, Raw took to the puck in an iconic play and adeptly maneuvered around two New York Rangers, one of whom was the one and only Wayne Gretzky. He accumulated his display of skill with a spinorama pass, resulting in a clip that is delightfully entertaining to watch. This audacious move showcased his talent and made him the first goalie in history to be penalized for crossing the red line. Which NHL team or player has the potential to break one of these bizarre records? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And remember to subscribe to our channel. Remember to catch more videos from our channel.